What's going on, guys? TKD123 back with you, and today we got plenty of topics to discuss here that's happening right now in music and right now in the industry right now. So let's get right into it. Starting off here, as we wait for TDE star Kendrick Lamar to drop his next album forthcoming, and I believe something happened where it got posted on iTunes this weekend, and there's an official date for it to drop, which is I think coming up this weekend, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But also now I think you can go and order the album as well. But with all that aside, in time of us waiting for this beautiful Kendrick Lamar album, we got some things to expect here coming from the CEO of TDE. Now, the head boss at TDE has announced some artists that are dropping some albums as well that are on the label, and those include Schoolboy Q and J-Rock. And both these albums will be coming out here in the coming months, so just expect this very much here pretty soon in 2017, maybe sometime in the summer, hopefully, maybe, because I feel like there isn't really anything in the schedule for TDE in terms of the summer, right? We have K-Dot obviously dropping here pretty soon in the springtime, obviously, so maybe we'll get something in the summer, maybe something else in the fall. But we got these two prominently coming from J-Rock and Schoolboy Q. Now, in terms of Schoolboy Q, right, you all know that I skipped out on the Blank Face album. That's just because I felt like I wasn't sure if he could really carry a full-length album in a way. I feel like that was something where I don't know why I don't know why, honestly, I kind of skipped out on that. I wish I hadn't, what I'm saying? Like, I heard a lot of good things about it, I heard a lot of good reception about it. However, I did hear some of the things that I was afraid of it happening with the album, maybe sounding a little bit too cookie cutter and the same throughout the entire album. Like, I heard some things like that, so maybe that was actually a thing with that album. But hey, man, like I said, I wish I could give it a chance, and hopefully maybe this year I'll get to it as well with his next up release. And then really, in terms of J-Rock, I haven't really given him like a full-on chance, right? Like, I've heard of him before, but I haven't really given him a straight up chance, so I guess I'll be doing that here as well in 2017 with his next up release. Next up here, Kanye West, the man, the myth, the legend, Saint Pablo. We all know him, what I'm saying? And he continues to break history, continues to break the industry down into what, was social norms and now things that are not really that normal in terms of Kanye West. And what I mean by that is the, just notion of having a platinum album. Now, having a platinum album, in the past meant that you reach a certain milestone of album sales, right? But now, since we have this new streaming arising thing, or now with, I believe, I forgot the numbers right, but I think it's like 1,500 streams equals an album sale, something along those lines. I forgot what it is, but the amount of times a song or an album is streamed equates to a sale now. What I'm saying? So that way we can have streaming only things be put up for a platinum and stuff like that. And so the thing that we have here today is that the Life of Pablo actually is now a platinum. Now, the interesting here is that the Life of Pablo was never released in the physical form, so we have the first streaming only album hits a platinum status by Kanye West himself, and that's obviously a big thing for the industry, and obviously is very telling of the fact that streaming is rising, guys. Like, streaming is the future of media, and that's never been so true, especially here today, getting this news from Kanye West. So definitely big ups to Kanye West. Congratulations on the success of Live with Pablo. I personally love the album, and I cannot wait until one of your 3 projects that you're working on right now finally drops. Now, could summer 17 be the best summer of music? I'm saying? Now, there's some big heavy hitters here, man. Like, we've had plenty of summers that have had insane album releases, insane music stuff, especially summer 16. We all know how that turned out. But with summer 17, we are getting some announcements here that could be telling that this could be the next best year. Now, Sean Paul, you guys remember him, early 2000s artist. He was a bit of a R&B, I guess, kind of island-esque type of sound to it. And Sean Paul is apparently working on his 4th full-length project. And what's happening here is that he has officially announced that he's be collaborating on the album with none other than Migos. Yes, the trio, the dope, Quavo, Offset, all those guys, and they apparently are making a song with Sean Paul. And they even announced a track title, which is called Body, and give it to me now. Give this to me now. I want to wait till the summer. I want to wait. Give it to me now. Next up on the dock, we have Chance the Rapper. Now, of course, we all know Chance the Rapper, now kind of toned as the savior of Chicago. And there was kind of a growing meme going on, like kind of a movement, if you will, called #Channel for Mayor. And what is basically the premise behind this is that a lot of people want Chance the Rapper to be the official mayor of Chicago, right? They want him to hold a political office, within the confines of Chicago, and they want him to be the mayor, right? And And this isn't really a new notion, because even when we got that track back in 2015 with Elsewhere in Paradise or something like that, like whatever that track was called, I forgot what it was. But you know, in that track, he you know, even talks about, you know, a lot of people saying, hey man, you should run for mayor, and he says, yo, I might just do it, whatever. Like he says something, you know, just something along those lines. And TMZ actually got around to Drake, and they actually asked him if he would be okay with, you know, Childish Gambino being a mayor, which I don't know why you need Drake's blessing for that, but oh well. They went out and they you know, just asked for his opinion, and Drake said that he was all for it, that he's down to see, you know, Chance the Rapper be the mayor of Chicago. So could this be the stars? Like, could this be for real? And there's even a website dedicated to this whole thing, and you know, there's a pretty strong movement going on here of Chance the Rapper being the mayor of Chicago. So could this actually be a thing in the future? Will he actually run for office? We'll see what comes. The Strange Clouds artist, Mr. B.o.B, he has been kind of quiet, honestly. I remember there was one story like a few weeks ago where I believe he's one of the people that still thinks that the earth is flat. That has to be a joke, right? That has to be, like, there's no way that's real. Like, I know, like, there's even clips of like Shaq saying it, but beside the point, B.o.B may think that the earth is flat, but he is also dropping a new album. And the album is called Ether, and I'm going to put the artwork up here on screen, and this is arguably, and probably not even arguably, like, this is really the worst artwork I've seen in my life. Like, this is such a horrible artwork. I don't know why any label or why you would even put this out as the kind of forefront artwork of your next body of work. I don't know why you would do it. It looks like it was made off MS Paint. It looks like it's very, you know, it's just bad. It's bad. However, the, you know, artwork can be hideous. The album is still coming out and still dropping on May 12th, so really check out that as well. And I believe, you know, there have been a few tracks dropped from the album, and a lot of people are saying that, you know, this kind of has a summer vibe to it, so hopefully this adds on to the Summer 17 hype. You know, I feel like we should really have kind of a Summer 17 watch in the channel. I think we should have like a countdown to Summer 17, because we are gonna, like, it looks like we're gonna get a ton of good music here in the summertime, and I really hope so, because I love me some summertime. Next up here, we have the big debacle that is the Twitter versus French Montana whole fiasco thing. So let's break this down. What happened was a fan on Twitter mocked French Montana in a tweet, saying that, you know, French Montana kind of really does inflate his population of his fan base. You know, like, he says that he has a lot of fans, doesn't have a lot of fans. Listen, I'm a fan. I like French Montana. I'm a big fan of French Montana. I'm a huge fan. And you know, apparently, you know, this one random user on Twitter said that, you know, French Montana, you don't have that many fans. And so then he went on to respond to the fan's tweet in this hilarious tweet. He says, quote, "You musty, crusty, dusty, rusty asshole with them nappy ass poetic justice braids. Take your cum drinking dick banging ass somewhere and be humble." Yo, man, listen, man, look, man. French, why you gotta do it to her, man? You gotta do it like that. Anyway, right, so this caused obviously a big uproar in the Twitterverse. Plenty of people got really mad at him. A lot of people were even calling him a racist, and then he went on to defend himself with those racist claims, saying that, oh, he was actually from Africa and he lived there for a number of years, stuff like that, and that there's no way that, you know, he could be racist because he's actually from that place. So, you know, that doesn't make sense. And this whole thing just blew up. So I just thought that response was just hilarious. That was just that really made my day, guys. And we got more new music coming from Wale, of course. I haven't really, you know, he's one of those artists too that I've kind of, I guess, just overlooked a lot of times, or like, oh, I'll hear he's dropping an album, and I, you know, will just kind of just be like, okay, cool, Wale, whatever, right? But this one actually has me a little bit intrigued. Mainly it's because the artwork, you know, like the artwork is very vibrant, it's nice looking. There's also the whole notion of this baby hand holding the moon up, so maybe that's some sort of thing that could be deep. I don't know, who knows? I like the artwork, it looks cool. And speaking of the artwork, the album is called Shine, and it's given a May 5th release. So it looks like, you know, with terms of B.o.B, Logic, and Wale, I feel like May is going to be definitely a big month, you know, for music in general. You know, and plus, with the notion that we don't even know when 2 Chainz is dropping his next album anymore, because he, you know, supposed to drop it this Friday, but he's not, so you know, that's a thing. But maybe could he be dropping in May, like with all these other artists? Who knows? I mean, May's looking pretty packed, for, you know, just at least from my deck of the woods. Why did I just make a Al Roker joke? However, what's cool about this album is that there are so many dope features. We have Lil Wayne, we have Chris Brown, we have Travis Scott, we have so many other heavy hitting players here that this album I'm definitely gonna check out just based solely off of the features, and of course, you know, just to take a look at Wale, see what he's like. But I would definitely be checking this out here in May. Now, what is the one joke that is attached to J. Cole all the time? It is the went platinum with no features joke, you know what I'm saying? And actually, that no longer only applies to 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Yes, J. Cole's For Your Eyes Only album, which, you know, if you guys watch my review, you guys know I'm a big J. Cole fan, but this album just didn't really do it for me personally. However, this album has, you know, gotten its platinum status as well, and yes, it did it without no features. So you all can continue to joke about, you know, J. Cole having a platinum album with no features on it. The meme continues 2017. You guys can keep on going with the jokes. It's all free reign. Keep it going, guys, because J. Cole has done it again. And, you know, besides the joking aside, congratulations, J. Cole, on your platinum again for no features. It's a great feat. I love it. I can't wait to see you in July. It's gonna be awesome. Good job. Next up here, we have a story that, you know, really does kind of makes me mad. Like I just, oh, okay, let's go with it, right? So we have Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z starts this streaming service called Tidal. You know, he has put up some things that are, you know, just for Tidal and stuff like that. It's a, you know, it's a pretty, I guess, pretty decent streaming service. I feel like it's definitely the lowest out of you know, having Spotify and Apple Music. But, you know, Tidal, you know, is somewhere in that mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's kind of like the third one that's, you know, just chilling. It's kind of like we have with Xbox, PlayStation, and, you know, a little bit of Nintendo, right? And of course, if you strip the nostalgia of Nintendo, right, you kind of get what Tidal is, right? It's kind of like the a third-party thing that, you know, no one really pays attention to, nobody really pays any mind to. But of course, that's a loose, you know, comparison, but just speaking in terms of the top two consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, and then there's Nintendo. So there's Apple Music, Spotify, and then there's Tidal. So what Jay-Z has done, which looks like it's a move to get, I guess, more subscribers to Tidal, he has pulled all of his solo projects from Apple Music and Spotify. So now you can only listen to and only get the duo collaborative albums that he's done throughout the years, which includes Watch the Throne and the Collision Course albums, you know, that are on there as well. So I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand this. Jay-Z, look, just because you put your music in a subscription service that I'm not already subscribed to, it doesn't mean that I'm going to subscribe to Tidal for your music. Like, it is the internet. There's other ways of me listening to your music. Like, I can bump any of the Blueprint albums anywhere else, and not including Apple Music and Spotify now, obviously, but I can go to YouTube, I bet. I can go to, heaven forbid I have to do this, but I can even go to an illegal streaming site to listen to it. I don't, you know, like, I'm not going to sign up for Tidal. I'm not, all right? Like, you have to convince me in another way. Don't go backstabbing, you know, your fan base and stripping your music off of streaming services just because you can put it on your own and make people, you know, it's almost like you gave us your albums, right? You put them on Apple Music and Spotify, right? Okay, that's great, right? And then you said, you know what, I'm gonna, you know, I want to blow up my own thing. So you then proceed to take back what you already gave to the people, put it behind a paywall, and then expect us to all just follow suit. Like, no, like that's not how it works, dog. Like, I don't know, man. Like, Tidal, man, it's a wrap. Man, come on, Jay-Z. And last thing here we got here on the dock is the rumors around Drake and Georgia Smith dating. Now, Georgia Smith, if you guys not listened to More Life, she is on the Georgia Interlude and Get It Together. And Get It Together, you know, her verse in that is arguably one of the most calming, the most soothing voices I've heard in a long time, right? So I definitely love that song. And there are rumors that, you know, them two are a thing. You know, I haven't seen any backing other than like a random source that said that, oh yeah, they're definitely seeing each other. But, you know, those sources can be wishy-washy. Those sources, you know, can have wrong information, you know what I'm saying? So who knows if this is true or not. I just thought I'd just throw it in here on the doc just because I thought it was interesting. And definitely, if you have any theories, go ahead. And you can also add it to the ever-growing list of Drake's honeys that he has throughout the year. So definitely add it onto that list. And good day. And that is my time. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share it down below. I appreciate all of you guys giving me. Thanks for watching. And as always, I got you.